Really? I'm just saying you might not like what you find out and that it could jeopardize your relationship. Once we're in, it'll be like an addiction and there will be no way back. You can't undiscover. You can't retrace your steps and say you didn't know about it. Eventually, it will spill out in a most unfortunate moment and she'll find out you snooped around. So? I frowned. I don't have a choice but to find out what she's up to and what kind of person she might be seeing. We're talking about my child and my girlfriend here. It's my responsibility to know who she's dealing with and what kind of person he is. You don't know that, Kenny said, shaking his head slowly. What? That she's seeing someone. Well, I do, and that's not even the point. I let out a deep breath, the lump in my throat constricting. How do you know? I talked to her. Besides, I took your advice and had her phone traced. Or how else do you think I got Grayson's details or found her at the club? I pressed my lips into a tight line. Believe it or not, she seems to be enjoying her life. Even if I wanted to confront her, I don't think I'm welcome right now. Can't say that I'm too happy about what we're about to do, but I need to know that the people around her don't mean to hurt her. Now, if you could just dive in there, that'd be great. My tone was decisive, leaving no room for discussion. Kenny caught onto it and shrugged. Hey, I'm just trying to make sure you won't have one too many regrets. He turned his back to me, his gaze returning to the screen. Let's check out his correspondence documents and so on. Watch this. With one click, the screen changed to blue. A few seconds passed in silence, which only managed to increase my nervousness. Eventually, the blue screen changed to a desktop cover. I stared at it in surprise, my words failing me. It was some sort of plant with human-like roots, its thick body resembling a face. Kenny let out a laugh. That shit is sick, he said, pointing his thumb to the picture. I raised my eyebrows and watched his amusement disappear from his face. You like it? He pointed at Grayson's desktop again. It's interesting. As much as I hated the fact that the guy might be trying to date Brooke, I couldn't degrade myself by lying about the fact that I found his strange taste in design at least interesting. Kenny leaned forward with renewed interest. It's a mandrake, I remarked. A mandrake? I'm sure you've heard of it. The question was Brooke seeing some sort of hippie, a lover of plants, or a very strange individual? You think he's seeing her? I asked, putting my thoughts and fears into words. No idea, Kenny said, oblivious to my distress. But we could go through his most recent documents, see his past activities, and then we'd know their relationship status. I grimaced again. Their relationship status. The way Kenny said it sounded as though it was a real possibility. Brooke wasn't like that. At least that was what my gut feeling told me. And yet, did I really know her? The mere thought of Brooke dating this plant guy was crazy. Immediately a nerve started to throb above my left eye, and my hand instinctively went up to my neck to ease the pressure building inside me. My hands balled into fists. Kenny turned his head to me, and his grin disappeared as he noticed my grim expression. I didn't mean... He sighed, pausing. Shit, man. All I'm saying is that if he saw Brooke today, he might have mentioned her in an email, in some correspondence. They might be friends or something like that, or maybe he's just... I crossed my arms over my chest, cutting him off. How about you shut up and see what you can find out? All right, man. Kenny's tone was strained with something. It was certainly not worry or guilt. With annoyance, I realized that his lips were twitching, as though he was trying hard to hide his amusement. Give me a second. You sure it's his computer? It doesn't look professional, I asked to change the subject. The guy's supposed to be a photographer. Yeah, check out his logo, dude, Kenny said, pointing to the blue banner below the huge cover. Right in the middle of the screen, almost undistinguishable and hidden by a plant, was GR Photography. It was his. For a few minutes, Kenny's typing was the only sound in the room. My heart began to thump a bit harder as I noticed the countless files cluttering his main folders. My eyes came to rest on today's date. Brooke had met up with him. What were the chances he'd be mentioning her to someone else? Probably zero, but I had to know anyway. Fighting the onset of desperation, I leaned over Kenny's shoulder and pointed to the folder. Click on this one. As instructed, he opened it. Instantly, hundreds of pictures flicked to life, all large, all professional-looking, all taking part at some kind of dress-up party. It seems to be work-related, Kenny commented, stating the obvious. I doubt we'll find anything here. Go through them, I commanded. You sure? Yeah, just to make sure we're not skipping anything. I didn't know what I expected to find. Maybe just seeing Grayson's models would make me imagine what kind of man he was.